Hi guys, welcome back to As We Speak. WhatsApp has become really important to our kids. It's as important to our kids as it is to us. They discuss homework on it, they discuss missed information on it. If there's something that they overlooked in school, they talk about it. They make plans to meet on it. This is all really good, progressive stuff. There's nothing wrong with it. Unfortunately, though, with all of this comes the constant chatting, relentless forwarding, negative sharing, cyberbullying, and it doesn't stop because our kids have their phones with them all day and it leaves them very little respite for relief. And what do we land up with as parents? Stressed kids, distracted kids, anxious kids. So Barry, as parents raising kids in the digital age, we feel like we're dealing with a whole different beast of a child, so to speak, right? Barry, when it comes to WhatsApp, is it okay to act like the cool parent that doesn't want to overstep, that doesn't want to be too over-authoritative? How do we do this?
If you as the parent have purchased the device, then you own that device. You are loaning it to your child. Yes, we want to build resilience, and yes, we do need to trust our children, but trust is earned. And so we can't just give them the device and assume that they're going to do the right thing. We have to help them understand what the right thing is in terms of how to use it, what to use it for, and what to do when something goes wrong. So we have to find that balance of being involved. And I would always err on the side of, well, if I overstep and become that over-cautious or over-authoritative parent, I would rather that than be the parent that doesn't do anything and then my child gets into real trouble on that particular platform. WhatsApp specifically, because it's such a big part of everybody's life. They spend a lot of time on there. It's comparable to things like Fortnite and other things. It's not seen in the same vein because it's just a chat app. But it should be seen in the same vein, and we should apply the same rules to managing time on there. What is the purpose of WhatsApp in our family and for our children? I think part of your right as a parent is a bit of snooping to make sure that they're okay. And yes. So, and that's exactly what our parents did.
Also, what happens when they delete entire chats and messages on WhatsApp? Is there any way to retrieve it? Is there any way to find out what they were talking about, especially if you feel like something's affected them?
So it's a different
technologically.
Yeah, technologically wise, there are things you can set up so that WhatsApp backs up the chats. So there's a setting in WhatsApp where it will back up at certain periods. You can set that to be every day, every hour, and so forth. But this comes back to that point of having trust in our children or having developed that relationship and nurtured that relationship that hopefully they wouldn't feel like they had to hide something. And even if they have, that we as parents, and this is part of being a parent, is banging your head on that brick wall, is to keep banging that head to find out a little bit more about, well, what happened, and see if there's a way that we can get through that way. But the only thing I would suggest not doing is don't do nothing. Do something.
Is there anything else that we need to watch out for as parents that you want to share with us?
Well, something just to be aware of is that obviously WhatsApp is a channel that people are approached on by strangers. So coming back to the idea of people, if you receive a message from a number that you don't know, don't recognize, that we don't respond to those, we block them and report them. But also these unknown numbers are sharing scams. And to relate this back to one of our previous conversations, one of the scams that was doing the rounds on WhatsApp was a fake V-Bucks offer. So a message would come through offering our children V-Bucks for a much reduced rate. So you could get 1,000 V-Bucks for $5. And once you clicked on that, it installed malware on the device, and that malware sometimes destroyed the device, or it would actually start to track what was going on there. So when you're putting in passwords and things like that, it's tracking and that information is being collected.
Finally, we're living in an extremely tolerant, extremely respectful environment where we are expected to be tolerant to anyone and everyone, irrespective of where they come from and what creed they follow, what religion they follow. And sometimes the kids don't realize what they're saying, how they're saying it, and how much trouble that can cause, right?
Absolutely, and there have been documented cases of it going to the highest level, specifically WhatsApp chats, where people have screenshotted what's been sent to them, have taken offense to that, and it's gone to the highest level, as in it's gone to court. There are people awaiting trial for saying certain things or sharing certain things, and there have been people fined, for 20, 50, 500,000 dirhams for effectively slandering somebody's name or calling somebody a name, and that person taking real offense at that. If they have the evidence of you doing that, then there are repercussions. So we need to have that conversation with our children to really emphasize that there are real repercussions to this. And if our children are only 7 or 8 or 9 and feel that because of their age they're untouchable, well, guess who's next in line?
Yeah.
Mum and dad.
Right.
And we will pay that price. And again, there have been documented cases where that price can sometimes be asked to go home, wherever that is. And that means uprooting the entire family, and that can cause some real issues.
Right. Thanks so much for all that WhatsApp wisdom, Barry. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was very, very useful. I hope you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye!